I'm now joined by Mbenenge's attorney, Thabo Kwinana, to give a reaction to this. A very good morning to you, Thabo Kwinana. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Perhaps just talk to us in terms of how you interpret the tribunal's conclusion on the judge president being found not guilty of gross misconduct, but guilty of misconduct.
Good morning to you and to your viewers. Look, we welcome the decision, and it's been a long time coming. It's been a long journey. The judge has been on. The judge, sorry, apologies. The judge has been on special leave for almost 2 years, and so we welcome it with elation. Look, the judge has been found not guilty of gross misconduct, and therefore is not impeachable, and he's returning back to work tomorrow.
And I think he must certainly be appreciative of the fact that he can return to work tomorrow. But what do you believe would be the impact just on the integrity and the independence of the judiciary based on this case?
No, look, when you have been found not guilty, and in fact it's an exoneration, so there will be no impact on the judiciary. I think that would have arisen in instances where he had been found to have been committed some form of gross misconduct. I do wish to state, though, that there is in the ruling there is a what we call competent verdict. A competent verdict, just for the viewers, for the benefit of the viewers, would be in instances where, in instance like murder, and therefore you are found not guilty of murder, but the court finds you guilty of what is, say, culpable homicide, which is unintentional murder. In this case, and in law and in JSC proceedings, there is no culpable no competent verdict. The judge has found that he may be guilty of some sort of misconduct in exchanging WhatsApp messages with a junior staff member during office hours. And to the extent that the tribunal has made that discussion or that finding, we find that the tribunal, to the extent of that, it has erred, but we take no issue with that. We are elated with the news that Mbenenge has been found not guilty of gross misconduct and is going back to work. And it's a close of a chapter. It's a close of the chapter for us.
So it's a close of a chapter, because I think my next question to you would be, what would be the next steps of the judge? I mean, you say it's 2 years since he has been out of work. He's returning to work tomorrow, as you say. What's the next step for him?
Tomorrow, Osmo. Esmo, you want to come? You want to share?
Good morning once again with your viewers and your viewers as well. The judge will be going back to work on Monday, so that he can actually resume his duties. We have sat down and discussed and looked at the judgment, and that is the decision, as Thabo has alluded. He has taken a leave to allow this process to actually get to this point. Now that it has reached this point where he has not been found guilty of gross misconduct, nothing is remaining except for him to go back to work.
Maybe perhaps let's go back to you, Thabo Kwinana, as his attorney. What do you think the judiciary can learn from this case regarding conduct and communication protocols, especially between a junior staffer and their senior?
Well, in this matter, there were two consenting adults, and the judgment goes on and make a point, though, that these two consenting adults, they have got children of their own, and both of them at some stage or other had been married. So we are not dealing with I think the whole case, the public spectacle that has resulted as a result of this case. It's something that has been highly regrettable and to some extent unwelcome. These were private discussions which were made by two people who had undertaken to keep them private between them, and one of them decided I'm not so sure, to ingratiate herself in the limelight. And it has been found that she had embellished her claims, she had committed perjury. I know that's not part of your question. I need to mention that Judge President Mbenenge had lodged a criminal complaint of criminal injury against Ms. Mengo, and the judge has found that in the ruling that she has committed perjury, and that will be pursued by the judge. So this is a highly unfortunate incident. However, it's not the end of it. It's got its own life, but it's the end for Judge President Mbenenge, who is continuing with his life and to come and resume with his sterling career as the Judge President of the Eastern Cape High Court. And by the way, it has been besieged with challenges since he's in and he's going back.
All right, Thabo Kwinana, thank you so much for joining us this morning. That's the Judge President Mbenenge's lawyer speaking there and reacting to the report that has been released by the Judicial Tribunal.